even as we accept more refugees, including Syrians, we do so only after subjecting them to rigorous screening and security checks. We also have to remember that many of these refugees are the victims of terrorism themselves. That's what they're fleeing. Slamming the door in their faces would be a betrayal of our values. Our nations can welcome refugees who are desperately seeking safety and ensure our own security. We can and must do both.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is Congressman Marsha Blackburn, Vice Chair of the House Energy Committee. Hello, Congressman.
Hi there. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, and congratulations on being part of the vote that passed yesterday, the veto-proof vote in the House with regard to the Syrian refugees. And many people say it stops the admittance. It doesn't stop it. It just puts three, I guess, checkpoints in place. What's your take on where this is heading? Ultimately, because the president has said he would veto it, and why would the president veto such a bill?
We are just bumfuzzled, if you will, by the president saying he is going to veto this bill. The bill puts protections in place to make certain that we do not have Syrian refugees or those terrorists who are going to come into this country, those with ill intent coming into the country and doing harm to the American people. This is not that difficult to figure out. I mean, we have ISIS and the terrorist organizations who are very transparent in the fact that they intend to do us harm. They are making moves. They are now exporting terrorism. They have talked about coming in and circumventing our immigration systems and utilizing the DACA program that the president put in place, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, and getting these young men who fall into that 14 to 17 year of age category into the country. So we know they're exploiting it, and it just is wise to say, hey, we're going to put a halt on this until we figure this out.
Absolutely. And, you know, Congressman, there was a report in Investors Business Daily late last night that it's the UN working with an Islamist group that has ties to the Muslim Brotherhood that is in charge and oversees the resettling of Syrian refugees in America. That the scenario it does not go the way the president has outlined it. That it's these people who would do the picking.
You're exactly right. What they are saying is, trust us. We have sources through the UN in Syria to vet these people. I said, my goodness gracious, most of these people have falsified documents in the first place. They are not who they claim to be. And I've had this investigation of the Office of Refugee Resettlement going for about a year and a half now. When you talk to someone who is a caseworker and is vetting these people, they will tell you they do not have the tools to confirm, first of all, that the person is who they claim to be, and secondly, that the person you are sending them to, their host, is in the country legally, or that they are who they claim to be.
Yeah, just insane. I want you to listen to Hillary, something she had to say yesterday, doubling down, if you will, on this whole issue of Islamic terror. Watch.
The obsession in some quarters with a clash of civilization, or repeating the specific words radical Islamic terrorism, isn't just a distraction. It gives these criminals, these murderers, more standing than they deserve. It actually plays into their hands by alienating partners we need by our side.
You know, that's the new narrative. Anything you want to, you can't identify the enemy, you can't combat the enemy, you can't protect America because you'll tick off the enemy. I've never heard such warped logic.
This is why Hillary Clinton does not need to be president. Listen to that. She said this is an obsession. Well, guess what? Their obsession is doing away with us and our way of life. Their obsession is a jihad. It is the caliphate. It is global in scope and nature, and they're telegraphing it. Now, to call them criminals and murderers, see, Steve, this is one of the big problems that we have with the left on this issue. They want to say this is a law enforcement issue. It is not a law enforcement issue. It is war. It is a three-letter word, certainly Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama and Joe Biden can spell the word war. We are at war. We have an enemy. It is radical Islamic extremism, and we have to kill these people and destroy their network.
Keep up the good work, Congressman. Thank you very much for being on with us.
Thank you.
Take care. Congressman Marsha Blackburn. Up next, columnist for the Wall Street Journal, James Taranto, will join us. It's all next right here on the Steve Malzberg Show, only on Newsmax Television.